All right, next project time. This is a game called Alea Iacta Est. This game has the distinction of having the single worst board game insert that I have ever personally witnessed. It is awful. It's so bad that at one point the author of the game, the designer Jeffrey Allers, Jeffrey Allers, had to make a photo post on Board Game Geek because people were making fun of the insert, saying that you can't actually fit all of the components into it. I'm one of these people, I've got to admit, so I'm mildly surprised that it could fit everything. Now, to be perfectly fair, the way that this photo is set up, it looks like one of the provinces is actually sticking up out of the province as well. So this isn't exactly the fit that I would expect board games inserts to be able to accommodate. In addition to that, because of the way that the dice and the reroll tokens are put together, you can see that this isn't a vertical storage friendly box. As soon as you put this on its side, these are going to spill out, these are going to spill out. Potentially, these are going to spill out. I think the provinces maybe have little enough clearance between them and the top of the box that maybe they'll survive, but nothing else here is. Everything else is being spilled immediately. Also, because everything is put together, like all of the dice are put together, this is another insert that doesn't really help you accelerate setup in any way. Not that this game has huge setup, but still, you should be able to do better than this. All right. What I'm about to show you is a little bit awful because this game has been on my bookshelf or on my game shelf for a really long time, well before I had a 3D printer. And given that its insert was so awful, I actually already designed one for this and built it by cutting into foam core and then putting it together with super glue. This is not good. I'm sorry. I'm going to do better this time. Okay. So we open the box. We've got a little laminated cheat sheet. We've got the instructions, which have an example setup that I'm going to be referring to a little bit later. We've got a number of building boards. Here they are. In the latrina. That's awesome. We've got 5 sets of dice in each of the colors, one for each player. Right now, the way that these are organized is I just have each of them in a Ziploc, which still makes it better than the default insert. You could pick out your Ziploc and then you have your dice, but this is still not the absolute best thing. The dice also rest in a dice rolling tray. The bottom of this box is felted, and you can see that it's also inset a little bit so that it accommodates space for the boards on top. I think we can work all of this stuff into the design. Possibly the ratios are going to be different because, as you will see in a moment, I wasted a lot of space here. So we've got the main token board, which has pull tabs for the provinces and the laws. The components for this game are law tiles, province tiles, little reroll chits, and senator tiles, manager tiles. I'm not 100% sure what these guys are called. It's been a while since I played this game. And blessing tokens over here. So you can see that, especially the blessing tokens, this box is way bigger than it needs to be to accommodate what it contains. Ditto with the reroll tokens. Oh, and in the reroll tokens thing, there's actually also the first player token, which is going to be in its own little separate slot that fits it perfectly in the new design. Okay. Realistically, the way that setup works here, this is an example setup of the game. You treat the laws and the provinces kind of like cards, and you treat the blessings and the reroll tokens more like chits that you pull out of a well. Like, you don't need a specific one, you need an arbitrary one when you're interacting with these. So probably these are fine to just be in a pile. The cards we kind of want to be able to address individually, or at least from the top of a stack, so that we're going to want something like this that holds them in the correct orientation and has an easy thumb tab so that you can pull one out. We're going to want 2 wells, something with a scoop, which, because this is made of foam core, this does not have any scoops. I totally would have made one if I knew about this. We're going to fix this in the 3D printed version. And we're going to want 1 slot for the first player token. I'm not 100% sure what I want with the senators, because, as you can see, it's kind of in between. It's not quite a pile on setup, but it's also not a single stack. It's 3 stacks, and then kind of a market row along the bottom of the forum. And the last one, the blessing. So the reason that I made these into a separate box is because this only comes out sometimes. You don't play with the temple every time. You only play with the temple if you have, I think it's 3 or more, or possibly 2 or more players. Sorry, no, it has to be 3 or more players, or more than 3 players. So you want the option of being able to set up the rest of the buildings and keep this, just leaving this in the box and not worrying about setup. So those are the problems that we've got. Probably the solution. Oh man, this is kind of flexing really badly. Okay, I'm going to stop complaining about my earlier handiwork. The problems that we've got 5 things, 4 of which are always going to be in the game, 1 of which is sometimes going to be in the game, 3 of which potentially want to be treated like cards, 3 of which potentially want to be treated like arbitrary things that you can grab out of a bucket. We've got some building tiles. We've got, I would like to keep the ability to have a rolling tray, just because this is a game that's a lot about rolling, and we have 5 different colors of dice for the potential players, and we also want room for the instructions and the cheat sheet. And again, our principles are: your board game insert should help you set up, your board game insert should be space efficient, and it should be vertical storage friendly. Wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes.